Hey Slightly Unblended, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing this look with the new Ultraviolet palette from Bella Beauty Bar and D'Andra Nicole. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and swatches, then just keep on watching. I am so excited. So Bella Beauty Bar has sent over the Ultraviolet palette, which is in collaboration with D'Andra Nicole. I adore D'Andra. I love her swatches, her makeup looks, everything, and I am absolutely in love with purple. So to see this beauty, I was like, so without talking too much, I want to get started. I'm really excited, and I really hope that they like this look because this was so much fun. It took me a lot longer than it normally would have because I was procrastinating. But I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T2 brush and Balance, which is the darkest purple in the palette. And let me tell you, this right here, oh, I wish that it wasn't 10 p.m. because if I had some sunshine, I would be out in the sunshine with this shimmer because this multi-chrome is magical. So I'm going to take this, and start to add it towards the inner corner of my eye and in my crease and slightly above. I was super excited to start on some more like Valentine's Day kind of looks, but I wanted to make it spacey. So it was like hearts, but like Saturn, like planets. So when I do my cut creases, I'm going to do an in-depth cut crease tutorial, so I'll probably do that in my base. Like, I'm trying to plan when I'm going to do them because I am going to do them soon. I've had a lot going on, but I'm definitely excited to do those. But I'm going to do an in-depth cut crease tutorial, and I'm going to try my best to walk through this right now. So for this, I'm just following the shape of my eye, and on my this is my right eye. It's a tad bit more hooded than my other eye. So I start to add the shade, the deepest shade, into the crease and just slightly above. That way you'll be able to see the blend of the colors. And then I take the darkest shade, which I always refer to as like the depth shade, and make sure that I get it on this outer V of my eye. Now with the half cut crease, I feel like it's a little bit easier than a full on cut crease. So now I'm going to take it and make like a little bitty triangle on the outer corner of my eye. I should have taken the base all the way down, but I forgot. I didn't do it on this eye either, so that's okay. I'm going to do a little bit of a triangle. I don't want this to be super long because I'm going to take the other shades and get it more blown out. Once I get my shape built up, I'm going to focus on kind of diffusing it ever so slightly. Also, huge thank you to Bella Beauty Bar and D'Andra for sending me this palette. I love it so much. I am obsessed with purple. It's beautiful. Every shade is so beautiful. I'm excited to do more looks with this, and I can't stop staring at the sparkles. I love it. The packaging, of course, is just like the most beautiful. Bella Beauty Bar's packaging is always like top notch. I'm still a little stuffy from being sick, but I'm trying to work past it. Okay, I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T14 brush, and then I'm going to take the shade, it looks like it says, oh, Nobility. Okay, Nobility. And I'm going to start to blend out Balance with it. Back and forth. Very light pressure. So this is more of the transition shade. That way you can blend out your depth shade with it. And then you'll have a gradient blend. Now I'm using a more tapered penciled fluffy brush. And you want to use the lightest amount of pressure. You don't want to put a bunch of pressure and like really be like this with it. You want it to just be light. You want it to feel like a little bit of a tickle because that will help to make the blend not be an overblend. An overblend means more work. You want to take your time with it. It might take a little bit longer, but at least that way you'll have a nice even and seamless blend, and it'll be nice and gradient, and you'll be able to see all the pretty colors that you used. So I'm going to take it, blend it, back and forth, very light pressure. I cannot stress enough, very, very light pressure. And you want to hold your brush back towards the tail of your brush. That helps you to use a very light pressure. And I'm just going to start to diffuse this deepest, darkest purple. Oh gosh, y'all, I love these colors so much. I cannot. I'm going to oogle over this for a while. And I definitely will be having more looks with this on my channel in the future. I want to do something like super, super extra, but like really, really fun. I think I want to do something interesting, like maybe a voiceover for the eyes and then do the base tutorial and do like a full-on kind of look when I do that. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. Okay, so I got my shape built up and I'm gonna go back into that first shade, Balance, and start to bring it back a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. Purple is like my favorite color, especially with eyeshadows. I cannot get enough of them. Like, I feel like purple is my comfort zone with colorful makeup. Give me purples and I'm like, I have an idea. So many different ideas. I'm going to switch over to the Makeup Shack T63 brush and I'm going to go into Peace, which is a light, pretty, cute purple. And I'm going to start to blend everything out with this. This is the lightest shade, so it's kind of more so going to diffuse the shades and it'll lighten everything up and make it not be very harsh. But I'm going to take a fourth shade to really, really get a seamless blend going. I'm going to do back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure. Just blend, blend, blend through. And just start to make sure that everything is nice and blended. And if you lose any of the purples or any of the other shades in your blending, so if you're not doing purple, because you can do this with any eyeshadow that you choose, but if you start to lose your shades, you can always go back in and touch them up. It's kind of like when you're cooking a recipe, you can always add, but you can't take away. So, you know, you just kind of get your starting point and start to build everything up gradually. You don't want to just go in heavy-handed with everything and have everything not be even. You want to take your time with it because it's art. You're creating a masterpiece. Back and forth. So for doing a cut crease, I always say that kind of do what works with your eye shape. I trailed all the way off from that, I'm sorry. So like I was saying, this is my more hooded eye. So I kind of take everything a little bit higher than I do on my other eye. That way it's more even and everything looks more put together. Okay, so I have that on. Now I'm going to switch over to the shade Serenity. And it's so pretty. This is going to really help to melt the colors together. And it's such a light shade that it really, really helps it all look more airbrushed. So I'm just going to very, very gently start to get everything blended out. If you hear some noises, that is Artemis and Biscuit. I tried to get Artie to come in, but he was like, nah. So he might want in here in a minute, and then I'll let him in. Because he's my sweet good boy, keeps me company. But this is really going to help to get everything to be nice and seamless and blended to perfection. And you don't have to do this step, it's just what I did because I wanted to try to use as many shades as possible. It's one of my favorite things to do when I get a new palette is try to use as many shades as I can. Get everything nice and softened up. And I did exaggerate it a little more on the side, so I'm going to take that Makeup Shack T14 brush and a little bit more of Balance, and then I'm just going to start to extend it just a little bit more towards the inner corner. That way, before I carve the crease, it'll be easier when I'm carving a crease to make sure that everything is nice and cleaned up. So while I'm doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and start to bring back Balance. Back and forth. So I like to take it and start to put it in my crease. So the crease is about right here. I want to take it just a little bit above that bit right here. take it, bring it up, back and forth. Just very, very gentle blending. So I'm just gonna start to go in and make sure everything is touched up real quick. Since I added a little bit more balance, I'm just gonna go in and blend everything out. Make sure everything's nice and softened up. Everything that we may have lost in the blending process, I'm gonna bring it back. So I feel like this is looking pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now is start to get ready to clean off my lid, clean out the crease, and then carve it out with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair. So why I like to take the micellar water on a Q-tip first is because I feel like it helps to keep the colors more true to themselves and nothing gets like all muddied up. So I take the micellar water on the Q-tip and then just kind of try to get it right up in the crease and just follow my crease and go slightly above as well, but making sure not to take off all of that deepest depth shade. And I'll do the same thing while I carve out my crease. This is just kind of like mapping it out. Everyone's eye shape is different, so what works for me may not quite work for you. If you just practice with it and figure out like your eye shape and play around with it that way, it will help. Because I used to always try to only carve my crease and not take anything really above, because I didn't really ever think that I was supposed to take eyeshadow up to my eyebrow. And sometimes I won't do that, but it's also okay because you're spending all that time on it and you want to have everything you've worked on show up. So I just use this micellar water on a Q-tip to go ahead and carve it out to give us a nice clean base to work with. And then I use that clean canvas to really get everything crisp and give us a fresh base that is, they have different shades of base. So I use the one in Fair because it's closer to my skin tone. That way, nice, clean, fresh canvas to work with to make sure that our colors are more true to themselves. So that's what I'm going to do now. And what I really prefer while I'm carving my crease is a flat brush. This is a Morphe one that I've had forever. It's a concealer one. But I like how flat it is and how easy it is to just work that base up and follow out what I've mapped out. So that's what I'm going to do now. Artemis has come to visit. Okay, so now that that is carved out, I'm going to start to take a little bit more balance and tap it along the edge of the base and kind of add some depth back to it. From where I may have lost some. A little depth, a little smoky. This is that Makeup Shack T2 brush, by the way. Alright, so I'm just gonna pat that in. And what are you doing, sweet boy? I'm gonna take Rarity, and it's so pretty. It's so shifty. It's magical. I'm gonna take it with my finger to start out, and I'm gonna just start to pat it on. I'm gonna take it on about halfway onto my lid. And then I'm going to take this Doe Color number 14 brush to really get that hugged up there in the crease. I'm going to pat it on the edges of that balance. Take it about halfway. And then I'm going to take Gravitate, which is a beautiful pink. And I'm going to start out with my finger again. And these shimmers are so soft and buttery. And oh my gosh, I love the texture of them so much. Bring that over. So once I have that added, I'm going to take a little bit of Spiritual. And I'm going to pop that in the center of those first two sparkles. So I'm going to take that dough color number 14 brush again and just pop that on. So now I'm going to take the dough color number 14 brush in the shade Spiritual and pop it right down the center of these two shades for a little extra sparkle. Oh, it's magical. So magical. And I'm going to take a little bit more of Balance and start to blend it onto that sparkle just a little bit to get it all blended together. And I'm really, really excited with how it's turning out. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to probably do voiceover mode, or maybe, yeah, I should probably do voiceover mode because I don't think I've ever done my, no, I think I've done Heart Planets before last year, but, alrighty. But it'll probably be fun. I can't stand when it's like too quiet in like my tutorials if it's like for a few minutes. So I'll do a voiceover. But first we have a boy. Say hi. Mwah. I love you. Him's not feeling the greatest and the lights is bothering him's eyes. But him's my buddy. Come in here. Keep me company. He's flicking his tail. Mwah. Mwah. I love you. Mwah. Mwah. I love you. Such a good boy. Okay, I'm going to hold my breath and hope for the best and doodle some planets. I forgot to mention I'm going to use the Suva UV Taffy's eyeliner palette. So to do like little heart Saturns, I take the brush and I start to get one of the arches for the hearts, and I just start on that side. I take it up and make it like a little hill, kind of bring it down. Then I start on the other side and do the same thing and connect the two to make the heart shape. And then I fill them in just to make sure they're nice and pigmented, and then they're just like a full heart. Then I make sure that I have it extended outwards more rounded at the top bit, and make sure that I make it a little pointier at the bottom. And then I do the same thing everywhere. I'm going to add little heart planets. I like to let my liner dry down a bit before I do the ring, because I feel like it just works out a little better that way. So just wherever you want to put your little hearts, do that. And then I'm going to take the purple liner and do almost like a C shape, and then take it over the heart, and then do the same thing on the other side. I really kind of tried to flick the ring out to make it look more rounded, like a Saturn ring, or, you know, like on the planet Saturn. I know that one has multiple, but I haven't gotten to where I can do that very well yet. So I like to just do one singular ring. And then I like to start out with, for doing my gleam, I'll take it from the top and I'll take it a leg out, and then do the same thing, kind of like a upside down V. And then I'll start from one of the legs and bring it in and extend it down and point it. Do the same thing on the other side. Then I did a few dots to do more filled in gleams, and then I was letting them dry before I doodled them, and then I started on another gleam here. So it looks like an upside down V, and then I take it from whichever leg you want to start out with, or whichever arm. I do like, sometimes I'll do left, sometimes I'll do right. I'll take it in and extend it in and then downwards and make it pointy. And now I'm just kind of doing like a little triangle to make the gleam more filled in. And then I extend the points to make it nice and sharp. the finished look. What do you think? I'm so sorry. My camera battery died mid me trying to do all my doodles and before I got to add my gems. And I was charging the other one because it was low and then I was getting pictures of the look that I had done earlier. So I've just had some camera malfunctions today, but I feel like I tend to have that happen anyway. I'm going to include the swatches right here. Aren't they beautiful? This palette is amazing. I love it so much. I'm so excited to do more looks with it, especially because it's purple and it's my favorite color. I even like busted out my birthday dress, which has become more than just my birthday dress. It's just one that I like to wear because it's so cute and I like the sleeves and you can see my tattoos. Also, I found these earrings on Shein last year and I was like, oh, that'll go so well with the look. Artie baby, he wants me to open the window. Baby, it is 12:30 in the morning and it is so cold outside. He said, I don't care, Mama, open this window. Not opening the window. It's supposed to warm up soon, so I'm excited for the days that are supposed to be in the 50s, because then I can like just throw on like a jacket and open the window for him so he can get his fresh air. Always be like, oh, you want your fresh air? We cannot have the fresh air right now. I'm sorry, baby, it's too cold. With his long fur, he's so hot-natured. I've never had a cat have as much fur as he does. His hair is long, and he's so, like, he stays warm, and he just wants the, like, window to be open all the time. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, you're so precious, but it's so cold, and I stay cold, so he's gonna end up being mad at me. Will you be trying Planet Hearts? Because I highly recommend them. They're super easy and so much fun. This eye, I was kind of on the struggle bus a little bit because I took this one down a little lower than I did on this one. And I was like, you know what? It's still cute. So, I'm excited. I'm so excited with how it turned out. I'm excited to get the low light video to include before, like, it's me. and like show him the full look. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Artemis because he is, there he went. He says if I cannot be in this window and the window be open, I don't want to be in the window. But yeah, are you getting this palette? Are you gonna pick up the Dead Roses palette? Are you gonna pick up any of the single sparkles? Because oh my goodness, Bella Beauté Bar has been like just since I've tried them, consistently coming out with amazing things. And they've started off the year with a bang, like starting out amazing. I want to say a huge thank you to Bella Beauté Bar and Deandra Nicole for sending over this beautiful palette, Ultraviolet. I love it so much. I'm so excited to do more looks with it. Purple is my favorite color. I think I mentioned that earlier. It's like my absolute favorite color. So I'm looking forward to doing more looks and just even the shifts in these sparkles. Ugh. And the formula is amazing. Everything blends easily. It's so pigmented. I gotta let Artie out. He's probably gonna start scratching at the door. But the formula to this palette is amazing. Everything blends beautifully. The colors are so pigmented and the sparkles are so sparkly. I cannot stop staring at how beautiful they are. So for my inner corner highlighter and my brow highlighter, I used Magical because it is magical. And I even feel like it would be a pretty highlighter while I have it on my mind. Let's go ahead and do a little, I'll pop it on this low light highlight from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is Spectre. It's one of my favorite ones. But even on that, even on top of that, it's given a gorgeous glow. Give a little pop there. Do a little at the bridge of the, or at the tip of the nose and the bridge of the nose. But it's so sparkly. Okay, I have rambled too much. There's a lot going on. It is 12:30 in the morning and I'm exhausted and I need to get my pictures. So, are you going to be picking this palette up? What do you think of the look? Please let me know what you'd like to see next down in the comments below. If you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, then I'll have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. If you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me and I can't thank you enough. And if you like this video, could you please give it a thumbs up, because apparently it's supposed to like help push your video out in the algorithm. So if you give this video a thumbs up, then thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for watching and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!